Okay, so for the first step in completing your syllabus for the Waco campus, you're going to log into the portal. And on the portal, you'll see the syllabus application link here. Go ahead and click that, and it will open the syllabus application. All you need to do is log in using your WebAdvisor username and password. And then you're brought to the Select Role page. Once you're on the Select Role page, all you have to do is select the role that you're wanting to work under. I have several departments that I can choose from here as a department chair. However, for the most part, you'll be selecting faculty, and then go ahead and click Select Role. Now, any syllabus you have that you've been working on will already be listed in your Select Syllabus menu. However, if it's a brand new syllabus that you have not yet begun to work on, you'll want to click on the New Syllabus menu option, and then click on the page out beside the course name, and that course has now been activated. And when we go back to Select Syllabus, you can see that the course is now there. Now, once you've activated that course to edit the syllabus, you'll want to go to either Add to Syllabus, Edit Syllabus, or Delete Syllabus. The first thing I always do is edit the syllabus, but first I'll need to select one to work on. So I'm going to actually select the 1302 syllabus, and you'll see it's now bold. That means it's selected. And then I'm going to select Edit. And you can go in here and you can edit your contact information, what department you're in. Our department has undergone a name change, so we're actually VCD. However, in the fall, we're going to be VCT. Next, I'll add in my phone number, and you can see it remembers what you've placed previously. You can verify your email address. I prefer for the students to see my first dot last name email address. I am in the Province Graphics Center. My fax number is 867-3295. My office is 153. I'm located on the Waco campus. And my office hours, I will put in TBA for now and go in and change that later. Now, down here I can choose to update the instructor info for just this course, or I can update it for all courses. I'm going to select all courses, and it will make those changes now for every one of my courses. So I only have to do that one time. Now, when I'm through editing my instructor information, the next thing I'll do is go in and edit my resources. And so what I'll want to do is I can go in and enter my textbook information. I can also go in and enter tools and materials, but because there's nothing there, I can't edit that. I have to go to Add to Syllabus. And when I'm in Add to Syllabus, now I can go in and place the textbook information here and any tools or materials here. Now, before I get started, I would like to show you how you go about copying from another syllabus into this one. And to do so, you will go to Tools, Copy Syllabus, and you can select from all the times this class has been taught. Now, I would recommend that you select a class that is recent or current to the class that's being taught right now. And so we can see that we have this 15 spring option, but we underwent a book change for the summer. And so what I want to make sure I do is that I select the summer option. So I'm going to copy my 15 summer syllabus. So I am going to click on that, and then you just wait. All right. Now that I've copied that syllabus information over, if I go to Edit Syllabus, and now I click on Resources and Textbooks and Publications, you see that the book is entered in there. If I click on Tools and Materials, you see that the tools and materials have been added for the class. And I can go in and I can change these resources, but I can't remove any of them unless I go to delete from syllabus. And if I go to delete from syllabus, you see the red X's appear out beside each of the items, and all I have to do is click on one of those. Now what you'll do is you will go in and edit, add, or delete all of the options that you have here in your menu. The first one here was resources. The next one would be learning outcomes. And so if you want to add TSTC learning outcomes to your course, you would go to add to syllabus. If you need to edit them, then you would just edit. Next you go to the schedule. And when you copy a schedule over, you can see that you have all of these due dates, and these are the summer due dates. So what I would need to do is I would have to go in and I would have to manually click on the little calendar out here to the right, and I can just select a new date. So this is July 2015. What I would do is I would look at my fall calendar and see what the equal date for the matching week, and I would change my due dates. I would also go in and I can add activities. I can add learning objectives. All you have to do is select the drop-down menu and select New, and then type in your learning objective. And in week 2, students should be able to utilize Adobe Bridge in their images. Now, every 5 minutes or so, you're going to want to click this update button. That's saving what you've done. If you go too long, you'll be automatically logged out of the program and you won't realize it, and your changes won't be saved. So make sure that every 5 minutes or so you click this update button. So once you're through updating all of this information, and I have this syllabus is broken up into weeks, and so there's 15 units. Now in the spring I have 16 units because I have 1 week that's blank that has spring break in it, and so I add a unit for that semester. Once you've changed all of your due dates, or maybe you've added in some new projects or assignments, again under activities, to add an assignment, all you do is click activity, new, an activity note. It's an ungraded activity. It will not allow you to update if you have an empty field. See, if I have an empty field, it says enter activity description. And so if I decide I don't want to use that, all I have to do is click the red X, and it's saving as it updates for the system. Now, once I have completed all of these changes, the next step is to go into the gradebook. And so I would go in and I would go to my grade scheme. And actually I want to be in editing because I don't want to just delete from the syllabus. So I'm going to edit my grade scheme. And so in the grade scheme, you can see these are all activities that were added on the course schedule page. And you can see that you don't just have to be in delete or add or edit to be able to do all 3 from this page. I have the red X's showing up. I have my drop down menus where I can add categories or activities, and I can change my categories here as well. Now I am going off of a percentage system for my gradebook, but you could select a point system and select that up here in the drop down menu in the upper right hand corner. I have my values entered for each of my categories, and then what happens is, if you want, the syllabus application will automatically go in and figure out equal percentages for each of the assignments, and all you have to do is click this equal sign. You can see here I have some assigned 1.5% and these here are assigned 2%. If I click this equal sign, you see they are all assigned an equal percentage of 13 divided into 20%. So you can manually change those percentages, or you can evenly distribute the assignments into that percentage by clicking the green equal sign. When you're through, to save your changes, you will click Update. Goes in, makes your changes. And down here at the bottom, if you've got a mistake in your grading categories, you'll see this will show up red and it'll show up 98% or 88%. You need each of these category percentages to total into 100%. Okay, so when you're first setting up your gradebook, if you've added new assignments, you'll need to go in and add them to the category, and you can do that through this drop-down list. I'm going to delete a couple of activities here. Alright, and so now what we can see is I can click on the drop-down list up here at the top of the category. You can see any unassigned assignments, and so all you have to do is you go to that category, click the drop-down menu, and add that activity back in. It takes it just a moment to process it, and then it places it at the top. Now, one thing that is kind of a helpful note is to start with the later assignments first, because it builds on top of them. So I always start with like week 13 and then go up and add in week 1, because it's going to add it on top of that. Now I need to re-click my equal sign over here, and my percentages will update. See, the red right here is saying it doesn't equal 20% because I had deleted one. Once I click Update, I'm back at 20%, and my total down here is back at 100%. Once you're through there, you can go in and you can adjust the schedule if need be. You can reorder your schedule if need be by clicking the Reorder Schedule menu, and you can select to move item 6 to follow item 10 if you want. Now that makes no sense for me to do here because that would put my weeks out of order, but I'll click Reorder Schedule and you can see what that looks like. And now what you'll see is week 6 is following week 10. If you don't click the Reorder Schedule button, then your changes will not be saved. Now once you have all your activities entered, you'll want to go to the Assessments to Outcomes link. And this is where you assign each activity or assignment to a learning outcome. And so let's say my chapter analysis is identifying terminology, identifying advantages and limitations. They're going to use digital editing and painting tools. We're going to manipulate, create, and edit digital images for web. And then when I have all of those selected, and I can have multiple ones selected at the same time. So let's say all of these course outcomes are being met by each of the chapter analysis assignments. Then I can have multiple selected here, multiple selected here, and I assign my assessments to outcomes. And we see over on the right where these assignments have been added to specific outcomes. Course outcome number 3, 2, and 1 have these specific things assigned. And to remove one, all you have to do is click on the X. It also shows you what you've got unassigned for specific outcomes. And so you'll want to go through and make sure all of your assignments are assigned to a course outcome, otherwise it won't allow you to submit your syllabus for approval. Once you've completed all of this, then you'll go to your policies, and you can add instructor policies by clicking on Add to Syllabus. So I select policies, I'll do a test policy, And then I'll go in and I will want to again name this test because this policy label / category does not show up when printed. And so I always retype my category and make it bold and usually style it as some sort of a headline or larger size font. And then this is my policy would then be, if I did that one at medium, then this would all need to be done at small. And I want to make sure that I have that consistently done the same way throughout all of my policies. When I'm through, I click Add Policy, and that policy has now been added. So if I go into Edit Syllabus and I go to Policies, you can see in the drop-down list that that test policy is now listed. And if I want to edit that, all I have to do is go in, select it, select Edit Policy, and I can type whatever I want or cancel. I want to delete that one from the syllabus, then I can select Delete from Syllabus, go to Policies. Here's the different policies that we have. Down here you'll see that test policy. I am going to delete that now. Click the red X and you can see where it has been removed. Now I'm going to go back to Edit Syllabus. We've reviewed instructor information, resources, learning outcomes. This is where you add your local learning outcomes. This is where you go in and update your schedule, adding activities, objectives, descriptions, due dates, all of that. You can go in, reorder your schedule here. Now I had moved week 6 to below chapter 10 previously. And so what I'll want to do now is I want to move week 6 back up here to follow week 5. And so I am going to change number 11 to follow number 5. Click Reorder Schedule, and you'll see that 6 is back where it belongs. Grade scheme is where you go in and figure out your points or percentages. Again, you'll want to make sure you have 100% down here for your percentage. Or if you're doing 1,000 points, you want your total to equal 1,000, etc. This is where you match your assessments to outcomes. And every single assessment needs to have an outcome, and every outcome needs to have an assessment. Right here is your policies. You go in and you can select what policies to edit if necessary. You can also delete or add to any of these things by using the Delete from Syllabus or Add to Syllabus option. Now when you're finished updating all of this information, you'll select Finish Syllabus. And this is where you go in and you select the order in which things are going to appear when the students view the syllabus or print the syllabus. And so you can see that right now, this is the order that they're in, but I can go in and change whatever order that I prefer. When I'm through and I like the order, then I click Save the Ordered Syllabus Pieces. And it brings up the view all, and I can see my syllabus now. In order to print your syllabus, you would select Print, and then you come down here and you can click here to print your syllabus. Your print dialog box should pop open and you select to print. Once you're through reviewing your syllabus, then you can request approval from your department chair. And so you click on Approval Status and you go to Request Approval. And you can type in whatever comments and click Submit. And you'll see that syllabus approval has been requested. Now, your department chair will receive an email stating that your syllabus approval has been requested. So don't feel like you have to send them an email or let them know. If you want to see if your syllabus has been approved or not, you can click on All Syllabi Status, and right here you can see Approval Requested, and when that's approved, it'll say Approved there as well. If you forgot something or want to edit your syllabus after you've requested that it be approved, you can request an unlock, but in order to get the syllabus unlocked, it has to first be approved. Click OK, and until it's approved, you can still go in, add, edit, delete, etc. Now, before you go and request approval, what you may want to do is to select Check Syllabus, and you can verify that student resources are done, grade scheme, schedule, activities, major projects. If your activities come to 100%, if your category values come to 100%, if you have all assessments assigned to outcomes, all outcomes have assessments assigned, etc. This will allow you to verify that information. And that's it. You can either do it from scratch, or like I said, you can start with one syllabus. You go in and you can choose to copy the entire syllabus, or you can copy just the schedule. One thing you will want to make sure that you do when you're through or when you step away is to log out, because if you fail to log out and you just exit out of the syllabus application, it's not going to allow you to log right back in, and you'll need to contact Ron personally to ask him to override that for you, or you have to wait 15 to 20 minutes for that option to be enabled. So you always want to make sure that you go in and log out no matter what, and that will bring back up the login screen.